good day, sir. This is my report about developing teachers as curriculum leaders. So first, we have the educational leadership. This chapter represents and discusses significant literatures and ideas that explore the important roles of teachers as curriculum leaders. It suggested that teachers' role in curriculum is not limited to curriculum implementation, but also includes various curriculum leaderships. So, here's our objectives. First, enumerate the key roles of teachers, leaders in curriculum processes. The next one is state the importance of teachers as curriculum leader in planning and evaluating instructions. Third, appreciate the roles of teachers as curriculum leaders in the K-12 education program. And last is identify ways to develop leaders in curriculum. We are now in the key roles of teachers as leaders in curriculum processes. So the teacher play an important role in almost activities related to curriculum processes. They are the chief implementers of the curriculum as they are directly involved in the teaching learning process. They are catalyst of the development of individuals and societies. They have a strong passion for mission to make a positive difference in the lives of students. They see themselves as key sources of knowledge and developers of skills and values that are imperative of all for human life. Teachers are curriculum leaders in the education system. So, kung mapapansin po natin na napakalaki po talaga ng role ng teacher, especially in the curriculum or in making curriculum. Next one is, curriculum leadership can be simply defined as set of important roles and activities that each teacher does in relation to curriculum planning, curriculum design, curriculum implementation, and curriculum evaluation. So, teachers as curriculum leaders share the vision and mission of the whole country on education. They are shapers of positive educational environment, and they are guardians of educational values. They are visionaries and effective problem solvers. So, kung mapapansin nga po natin na si teacher maraming kinikonsider sa paggawa ng mga curriculum. So, andyan yung environment, yung society ng bata, yung needs na kailangan i-implement para ma-target yung goal. The following are some of the specific roles of the teachers as instructional leaders in local school context. So first, we have designing instructional plans. Next is selecting and developing instructional materials. Third, assessing and reporting student progress. Fourth, designing learning environment appropriate for the students. Fifth, selecting appropriate teaching strategies and approaches. Sixth, preparing reports and accomplishing official forms. 7, guiding students in their school life. And for the 8 is teaching subjects assigned to them. So those are the roles of the teachers as instructional leaders in the local school context. Next are the following are the A to Z roles and functions of the teachers as curriculum leaders in their own school, district, division, or regional level. So first, we have A, advocate, B, broaden, C, conduct, D, develop, E, evaluate, F, facilitate, G, gather, H, harness, I, innovate, J, justify, K, know, L, lobby, M, manage, N, nurture, O, oriented, P, provided, Q, qualify, R, reflect, S, select, T, train, U, understand, V, validate, W, win, X is crossing out, Y, yearn, and Z is 0. So, The following are the A to Z roles and function of teachers as curriculum leaders in their own school, divisions, or regional level. Teacher as curriculum leader in instructional planning process. So, instructional leadership is always associated with school administrators, particularly school principal. So, according to Oliva 2005 and Orsten and Hanghins 1993, defined curriculum to include instruction accordingly. Curriculum and instruction are separable. Part of curriculum processes is instruction that deals with the implementation of the curriculum. So, according to McWen, 2003, pointed out that instructional leaders must be knowledgeable about learning theory, effective instruction, and curriculum, which she recognized as a power within educational force. Consequently, curriculum leaders perform their instructional leadership function when they are able to represent the school philosophy, vision, mission, core values, curriculum, and plans to the learners, teachers, parents, and other stakeholders. Is the instructional leadership as one of the function of curriculum leaders may need to do the following. So first is supervise the implementation of curriculum and academic standards. Next, promote a school culture and climate conduct. Uh, con- Promote a school culture and climate conducive to teaching and learning. The third one, communicate the philosophy, vision, and mission of the school. Train teachers and school staff. Lead in the development and purchase of instructional materials. Prepare the school budget for instruction. Observe classes of teachers. And check assessment tool, exams, and authentic assessment. So, these are the instructional leadership as one of the function of curriculum leaders na kailangang gawin or kailangang sundin. A teacher as curriculum leader in instructional planning process. So we're still here in instructional process. So curriculum leaders fulfill this instructional leadership function in the dynamic of democratic way. They inspire teachers and students to commit themselves to excellent teaching and learning. They create efficient system to ensure smooth implementation of instructions. The next is a planning effective. Planning effective instruction is an important task for teachers as curriculum leaders. According to Racer and Dick 1996, developed an instructional planning model that represent a very logical sequence of instructional planning. So as we can see, that natatapos sa pagiging leader or pagiging facilitator ang mga teachers around the four corner of the classroom. But uh, napakalaki ng kanilang ambag at napakalaki ng responsibilidad nila as a teacher and as a school uh, leader and curriculum leader. As a curriculum leader. In Racer and Dick models, the teachers as curriculum leaders need to ensure that the curriculum standards and competencies as reflected in instructional goals are implemented carefully. This model emphasizes the importance of analyzing the content and the learner's characteristic while teachers selected the lesson objectives. The model also puts emphasis on the development of assessment tool after identifying the objectives. So here is the example of Dick and Racer ID Model 1996. So first is identify goal. Next is identify objective. Next is plan activities. Choose meta. Next is develop assessment tool. Implementation instruction. So, after na noon magawa lahat or ma-actionan lahat, pumapasok dito yung revised instruction. So, kapag may hindi nag-fit diyan ang isa sa mga goal na yan or sa strategy na yan, pwede nilang i-revise sa mas magandang way na mag-fit sa needs ng students. Planning instructions in Racer and Jigs model include this instruction procedure. So, yung first nga is motivation. Next is presentation objectives, recalling prerequisite skill and knowledge, presentation of information examples, practice and feedback, summary, and assessment. So, para din siyang lesson plan na nandiyan ang motivation. So, after the motivation, the presentations, the objectives, prerequisite skills, and the knowledge, or yung balik-aral, presentation of information examples, the discussion, practice and feedbacks, the summary, and the important one is the assessment. Teachers may use several teaching strategies and learning activities in each procedure to ensure the success of instruction. Teachers need to respond to the learning needs of the students and align their teaching style with the learning style of every student. Thus, planning is necessary. So, ito na yung mga pumapasok natin yung mga different teaching strategies ng mga teachers na pwede niyang i-implement in teaching para mas ma-engage at mas madaling makuha ng bata kung ano nga ba yung gusto nating ituro. So first, we have the instructional media or the other instructional materials also play an important role in instruction. The teacher need to select the instructional media that can be used to help effectively implement the objectives of the lesson. So, nandiyan ang technology. And the other forms of instruction media are parts of the interest of millennial students. So, millennial students almost always rely on technology, especially internet, in getting information about their lessons. They use technology in almost all aspects of their studies. So, since we are now in the 21st century, which technology is everywhere. So, tayo as a teacher, kailangan din nating i-improve or i-upgrade yung ating mga strategies when it comes to teaching. So, andyan nga yung technology. Since all of us are using technology, why not to integrate it in our discussions or in teaching? Implementing instruction includes actual teaching and learning process. In this part of instruction, the teacher's skill in effective carrying out the lesson is needed. So, effective classroom management, utilization of appropriate activities, and assessment tools are also needed. So, ayun nga, yung effective classroom management, syempre kapag walang classroom management, magiging magulo ang klase, magkakaroon ng hindi pagkakaintindihan. So, and then utilization of appropriate activities. Since we are now in a diverse learners, we need to become wise to create a different strategies to our activities. So, kung saan sila magaling, kung ano yung hilig nila, kung ano yung papanahon. So, try to implement para mas madali nilang ma-adapt or mas madali sila makasabay. And assessment tool are also needed. Syempre, after the discussion, after the presentation, so at the end of the day, we need to assess the student if they really understand the discussion or the topic we tackled. So the last part of the process is revision of instruction. Here, the teacher will use the result of student assessment in revising the instruction. Teachers, as curriculum leaders, need to know how to utilize the result of assessment in improving classroom instructions. So, ayan nga kaya nga napakahalaga ng assessment para malaman natin kung natuto nga ba yung mga bata. So, ayan yung tinatawag na revision of instruction. So, kapag hindi sila natuto sa strategy na ginamit natin, we need to change those strategy na mag-fit sa kanilang mag-fit sa kanilang needs at magigets agad nila kung ano nga ba yung gusto nating ipatuto sa kanila. So, ayan. Ayan yung Kaidik and Rizal ID model. So, the next one is the teacher as curriculum leaders in evaluating instruction. Evaluating instruction is also an important function of teachers as curriculum leaders. It is necessary for teachers to ensure that curriculum is implemented as it was planned. Standards and competencies are taught effectively to every learner. Evaluating instruction also measures the effectiveness of how the curriculum is implemented. So, makikita natin napakalaga talaga ng evaluation or pag-evaluate ng mga students. Yan. In evaluating instruction, teachers need to look at the following procedures. So, first is the planning for the evaluation. Andyan yung develop the purpose and objectives of the evaluation, determine the data and the other information needed, set the timeline for the evaluation. So, first nga is, una natin i-develop is yung purpose and the objectives ng ating evaluation. Yan. Next is determine the data and the other information needed. At yung third is, dyan na tayo magsaset ng timeline for our evaluation. Kung ano nga ba yung, kung paano natin i-evaluate yung mga bata. So, the next one is determine instructional evaluation design, just like doing curriculum evaluation. In instructional evaluation, the teachers will need to describe the following. So, first, types of information needed for the evaluations. So, since we have different type of evaluation, different type of assessment, so kailangan nating munang i-identify kung ano nga ba yung need nila. Next is sources of information. Kailangan, syempre, reliable yung mga sources natin ginagamit. Methods for collecting the needed information. Methods for analyzing the data gathered. Timeline for conducting the evaluation. So, makikita natin na laging sa dulo may timeline. Syempre, doon natin ipaplan kung paano natin i-implement yung evaluation na ating gagawin. Yan. Next is develop instructional evaluation instrument. So, andyan yung observe guide, checklist, questionnaires, survey forms, interview guide. Yan. Yun yung mga pwede nating gawin to evaluate the students. Next is collect data. The teachers will collect or gather necessary data needed for the instructional evaluation. So, first we have focus group discussion. Next is interview the student and teachers. Actual class observation. Examining samples of student outputs. Examining assessment tool used in the classes. Checking the facilities and other instructional materials. Checking the lesson plans. Interview with principals and supervisors. So, ayan yung mga way para makakolect tayo ng data na pwede nating maging source of maging source ng ating kinakandak na paggawa ng curriculum guide. So, ayan nga, nandyan yung mga observation, mga examining, mga checking. So, based from that data that we gathered, makakakuha tayo ng information na pwede nating pwede nating gamitin sa mga susunod nating gagawin. Especially kapag especially ngayon topic natin is paggawa ng curriculum. So, napakahalaga na dapat alam natin yung mga pasikot-sikot sa paaralan or kung paano natin ipoproduce yung needs ng mga students. So, next one is analyze data. The teachers will analyze the data gathered and interpret the result. So, based on sa analyzation, doon na natin makikita kung ano nga ba yung needs ng mga students for their progress and growth. So, the next one is report findings, result of the instructional evaluation. During actual observation of classes, instructional evaluation could focus on the following aspect. So, first is appropriateness of activities and strategies to the student and to the topic. Active participation of student in performing learning tasks. Usefulness of instructional materials in meeting the desired objectives of the lesson. Conduciveness of classroom environment for learning. Pedagogical content knowledge, level of teachers. Classroom management. Develop of positive relationship between student and teachers. Effective presentations of concepts. Effective of the teachers in carrying out instructional procedures. So, yun yung mga findings, mga referred findings na kakailangan natin para mag-evaluate ng for the result of the instructional evaluation. Next is the teachers as curriculum leader in K-12 education reform. So, Republic Act 100533, otherwise known as Enhanced Basic Education Act of the Philippines, includes specific provisions for teachers and principals to exercise leadership roles not only instruction but in curriculum. According to Republic Act 9155, otherwise known as Governance of Basic Education Act of 2001, also specifies importance provisions wherein teachers play important roles to promote and protect the right of every citizen to quality basic education. So, ayan na nga, pumapasok na dyan yung mga Republic Act na sumasakop sa K-12 reform on the K-12 education. Teacher empowerment as the heart of K-12 education. With all the reform and innovation in the K-12 educational program, teachers need to view themselves as curriculum leaders performing the following function. So first, ensure effective implementation of curriculum standards and competencies. Develop and evaluate curriculum materials that are appropriate for the students. Develop assessment and evaluation tools to assess learning. Plan and evaluate curriculum. Plan activities that will help implement the curriculum. Solicit support from parents and other stakeholders. Make curricular decision at the school level. Conduct research to improve learning and improvement content. So those are the innovation in the K-12 education program. The teachers need to view themselves as curriculum leaders. So, as a curriculum leaders, so napakalaki ng responsibility mo that you need to take an action. So, kailangan, kapag leader, yan. So, yan, kailangan kapag leader, madaming strategy, flexible, at hindi nagbe-base sa isa or hindi nagkakaroon ng bias. Ano siya? Equal. Equal yung pagtingin sa lahat sa teacher, sa students, sa parents, and sa needs ng individual. Since diverse learners nga, so kailangan masustain yung mga needs ng bawat students. Yan. Since K-12 curriculum is a standards-based curriculum reform, all teachers are compelled to focus their attention on the following. First is clarity. Clarity of the standards. Teachers should know the essential standard that every student should learn in the curriculum. These standards are content, skills, and values or attitudes the student need to learn and master. Teacher need to ensure that each curriculum. So, ayan nga. The first one is the clarity. So, andyan yung clarity of content, especially the objectives, yung values, and the attitudes na kailangan nilang matutunan. Next is visibility. Visibility of performance measure standard show visible outcome or performance. So, napakahalaga na merong visibility. Next is consistency. Consistency of communication. Teachers should effectively communicate the standard to all the students. Ayan nga, kailangan walang bias. So, dapat equal yung pagtingin sa mga bata kapag may needs yung isa. So, dapat yung iba din, tatanungin natin kung ano yung pwede natin maitulong sa kanila. Yan. All teachers need to share the vision of K-12 education. Teacher of K-12 program need to continuously improve their mastery of the subjects and disciplines that they teach. So, napakahalaga no, na as a teacher, kailangan master mo yung subject mo at yung mga strategies and discipline na ini-integrate mo sa pagtuturo. Significantly improve their pedagogical skills. Be creatively innovative. Develop new ways of responding to the needs and interests of the learners. Dahil diverse and learners. So, kailangan natin malaman yung mga interests and needs ng bawat isa. So, effectively devise reliable ways to assess and evaluate the learning of students. So, ayan. The next one is the teachers as curriculum leaders in the elementary grades. Ayan. Primary or elementary education is always regarded as laboratory of life. So, ayan. Laboratory of life daw mga elementary, especially the elementary teachers. As such, its primary goal is to develop basic skills, literacies, and life skills that all learners need to prepare for life. Siyempre, saan ba nagsisimula? Sa mga elementary. So, tayo nga, kailangan as elementary teachers, master natin yung ating subject na itinuturo sa mga bata. Dahil tayo yung unang maghuhubog sa kanila para maging prepare sila sa mga susunod na grade levels. So, andyan yung subjects are designed to improve necessary information to help learners understand the world and other rules and develop necessary skills that they need in everyday life. Essential in helping every learner learn how to learn, become creative, and critical thinkers, and to become builders of the society. Include important knowledge, skills, and values that all must learn to become useful citizens and effective leaders in the society. So, goal natin is maging, globally competitive. Teachers will or are expose learners to the knowledge embedded in each subject. Knowledge contains history of people and society, culture and values, life skills, communication through language, and other forms, thinking skills, quantitative reasoning, and basic understanding of the natural and physical world. So, ayan, as a teacher, kailangan, ito tayo, expose sa mga different happenings in our country or in our society. Start to mold the minds and character of future leaders and citizens of the world. Kaya nga sinasabi, teacher is a noblest profession. So, tayo humuhubog ng mga ng bawat profession. So, ayan, kailangan maging mapanuri tayo, hindi lang sa loob ng paaralan, kundi din sa ating ginagalawan. Required to develop curriculum that will facilitate development of mind, body, and character of the students. And need to present knowledge in the classroom or through alternative learning in dynamic, innovative ways, requiring new types of instructional materials, new technology, and new pedagogies. Researchers need to study carefully how children learn, discover new ways of teaching learning, and discover new relevant information related to the subject they teach. Explore various ways of how to effectively assess learning. Expose students to integrative learning. Yan. Teach students to see the connection among subjects and see their application to everyday life. empowered to design a new learning environment that celebrates diverse ideas and learning styles, utilize technology effectively in teaching, and make decision on curriculum content. So, napakahalaga ng mga ito na as a teacher, kailangan alam mo yan. And as a curriculum leaders, kailangan alam mo yan para makapag-decide talaga kung, kung ano nga ba talaga yung needs ng mga bata na ilalagay natin sa curriculum. Siyempre, sinasabi nga na curriculum is a roadmap of the teachers. So, lahat ng mga nandun na nakasaad sa curriculum ay kailangan essential talaga, hindi yung ginusto lang dahil ito ang gusto nung leaders na nag-implement ng curriculum na yon, hindi ganon. So, dapat lahat ng mga uh, lahat ng mga lahat ng content ng curriculum na yon is matututunan ng bata dahil nga yun ang goal natin na as a teacher and as a curriculum leader, tayo yung magmo-mold ng mga mind ng mga student na na matutulong sa kanila para maging isa silang successful balang araw. And that's all po for my report, and thank you.